Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for the big one in the Greater Boston League. Lynn Classical taking on the Crimson Tide of Everett. Classical has won 4 in a row. Everett's won 6 in a row. This is for the Greater Boston League Championship. And the Lynn Marching Band will perform the national anthem, and we'll get set for football here at Manning Field. Good job as usual by the Lynn Marching Band. We have both bands. The Crimson Tide Band is here. They are award winning. They've won a ton of competitions. They're an outstanding band. So both bands will probably be performing at halftime. We mentioned Classical looking for 5 in a row. They lost their second game to Peabody. They've won 4 in a row. Everett lost their first game to Xaverian. They've won 6 in a row. And this is for all the marbles. The winner will be the GBL champion. In the rankings in the state, Everett is ranked 12th. Classical is ranked 15th. And that's basically, with the new power rankings, it's basically because they don't deem the GBL to be a very good league. Both these teams take a little bit of a knock because of the emphasis on league play, and the GBL, with the exception of a couple of teams, are a very weak league. Classical will get the ball first in their green and gold uniforms. It's kind of strange for me to be announcing an Everett game on Lynn Cable with Everett people here. Everett's got all their camera people, their trucks, their technicians, producers. Paul Hallen, who was my color man for over 20 years, working with the Everett people. So it's really strange. Kick is away at the 12-yard line. And not going to get to the 20 as he's overrun by white jerseys. Brian Vaughn, the coach of Classical, has done a very good job. He lost his starting quarterback last year at Thanksgiving, who is his son. Couldn't play this year. Thanks God, he's only a junior. He'll be back next year. So R.J. Fessler stepped in, and he got hurt initially, and he was out. So they were down to their third quarterback. Fessler is back. They went to almost a single wing version. Wideouts right and left as they go to the spread. Looking to throw, they let it fly. Open with the catch. They go deep. Nasky with the catch. Fessler put it right on the money. We'll get a timeout called by Classical. "44 yards on that pass play. One play of first down. He just let it fly. Nasky had a step and made a nice catch. And Classical gets out of a tough situation down deep in their own end. And they get it at the Everett 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Big congratulations to Brian Vaughn again, the coach of Classical. He got inducted into the Lynn English Hall of Fame. He was an outstanding running back at Lynn English and in college as well. Now they go back to that single wing. Coming to the near side, they get to the 30-yard line. Terrell Hune, he's only a freshman. Had a big game a couple of weeks ago with 279 yards. They run it again. To the 26. They pick up the second first down. So they mix it up. They throw on first down. Now they pick up first down on 2 running plays. Fessler gets the call from Coach Brian Vaughn, brings it back to the huddle. They send the wide out to the far side. And they go back, and everybody in the backfield is single wing. They went with a direct snap straight ahead. Down to the 22, they picked up 4. 2nd down and 6. Trying to go wide, cuts it back to the near side. Just got nipped. Hune was a step away from taking that to the house. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. He started to go to the left side. It clogged. He looked like he had a lot of room, and he just got an ankle and took him down for no gain. And it will be 3rd and 6. They run it to the near side. And got just about a yard. There's a flag on the play. Hune wanted a horse collar tackle. I think Brian Vaughn did too. Face mask against Everett. So he didn't get the horse collar, but they got. They move it down to the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 10. Opening drive of the ball game. Everett was the first team in Massachusetts to win 800 games. They go back a long way. Obviously one of the better programs anywhere. Motion. Now they line up 2 wideouts to the far side. Quick catch. Looking for the end zone. Down to about the 1-yard line. Nasky with another catch. The quick out. He caught it and went straight to the middle. He's got 2 catches for 53 yards. Classical has it 2nd and goal from the 1. And they don't get in. I think it's 3rd and 1. They lost the ball. So it looked so promising. They lose 3 yards and they lose the ball, and Everett will take over at their 4-yard line. So they had it 2nd and goal from the 1. They got stopped twice, and now they fumble it away. And Everett will take over. Ellaby is the quarterback. He picked up 3 to the 7. So there's a pretty good crowd here. Everett brought some people. Good nice crowd on the Classical side. They were excited, getting ready. Everett people were sitting on their hands. All of a sudden it switched. Everett cheering and Classical fans moaning. The pitch coming to the near side. Out to about the 12. Christian Zamora got it to the 12. Picked up 5. Big 3rd down play for Everett. They need 2. Hit and dropped. They lost a yard. So Everett will have to kick it away. The deep man for Classical is just outside Everett's 40-yard line. Any kind of a run back, they'll have very good field position. He had it, bobbled it. Nasky slips 1 tackle. He's going to get dropped at midfield. So Everett got a bit of a break. It looked like he was going to catch it, and he did, and get some kind of yardage and be in Everett territory. Instead, he bobbled it and then got tackled at midfield. So they still have decent field position to start their 2nd drive. They'll take over at midfield. Hoon coming to the near side. Pushed out. There's a flag at the 40-yard line. He got to the 40-yard line, and there's going to be a penalty from there.
The flag on the play is on Lynn Glasgow, and that round will be brought back as a result.
So they get the first down, and now they'll move it back. So they gain 10, and they lose 10. So it'll be first and 10 from midfield again. We're missing. Who's only a freshman? Little misdirection with Nasky. Not going to go anywhere. He's going to lose yardage. They lost 4. Second and 14. Looking to throw, they let it fly. Incomplete. Good defense by Zamora. So 3rd and 14. Looked good with that first run by Hoon, picking up a first down. Running to the near side on that straight pitch. Who got to about the 48. Everett will have Classical will have to kick it away. He picked up 6. At just about the 10-yard line. Turn the corner, get to the 25, maybe the 26. They're going to put it at the 27. However, we'll have it for the second time with just over 2 minutes left in this first period. No score in this Greater Boston League battle. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ellaby dropping back. Out in the flat. Nice catch. Good open field tackle. Lackland with the catch to the 34.
I got you.
Second and 3. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Motion coming. Ellaby with the keep. Runs it straight ahead. Good yardage. Down inside the Classical 45-yard line. And that's Everett's first down. Picked up by the quarterback. 23 yards and a first down. He had a big game last week against Malden, ran for over 100 yards. Again, 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Motion coming. Ellaby with the keep again. Gets inside the 40 to the 39. He picked up 4. 2nd and 6 for the Crimson Tide, and I don't know if we'll get this play off. We're not going to get this play off.
That's the end of the first quarter. After 1 score remaining field, we're knocked up at 0.
So Classical has 70 yards of offense, most of it coming on that first drive when they turned the ball over inside the 5 after having 2nd and goal at the 1. Everett got their first down with the run by Ellaby. So 2nd and 6 from the Classical 39 for the Crimson Tide. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Out in the flat, they overthrew the receiver. Looking for Lackland out in the flat. Had to bring up a 3rd and 6. Robert DiLoretto, the head coach for the Crimson Tide. We mentioned Brian Vaughn for Classical. Motion going. They give it to the motion man. He's loose. He's got a first down and a little bit more. Williams gets down to the 21. He picked up 18 yards. Two wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ellaby straight ahead. Still banging, getting pushed inside the 20. So he picked up 3. We're in the second period. Greater Boston League football. Everett, the Crimson Tide against the Classical Rams. And we got a whistle. And one of the Everett players is going off the field. I don't know what that was all about. The quick out. Slips a tackle. They just got him. He picks up a first down. Jaden Perfetti. They put it at the 10. 8 and a first down. It'll be first and goal from the 10. 8th play of the drive for the Crimson Tide. Ellaby straight ahead. Down to about the 6. He picked up 4.
Second and 4 for Everett.
So 2nd and 6 from the 6. Motion, Ellaby keeps. He just about back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down at the line of scrimmage by a sea of Rams defenders. There is a flag on the play. It is on the Everett Crimson Tide. The ball will be brought back as a result.
Everett picks up a penalty back to the 15. So they need 15 yards. Little misdirection. And he gets gang tackled and pushed forward. Perfetti.
Will be third down for the Crimson Tide in Ram territory.
They put it at the 8. He picked up 7. So 3rd and goal from the 8. This is the 11th play of the drive. Glasgow got down here and turned it over. Ellaby looking to throw. Caught. Didn't get in.
After the catch, it will be 4th and 1 for the Crimson Tide.
They put the ball at the 1. So 4th and a yard to get a lead in the game. Let's see if Ellaby keeps it himself. Running to the near side, cutting it in, and going in.
Number 10, Damian Lackland runs it in for a 2-yard rushing touchdown.
Lackland walks in. $73 yards in 10 plays. Kick is no good.
The extra point is no good for the Crimson Tide. 6:27 to go in the remaining field here at Lynn. Score is Everett Crimson Tide 6, Glasgow 0.
Everett had 34 yards rushing in the first period. They just got 33 yards rushing in those plays in the fourth period. Picked up a couple of first downs. Their first of the game. They got 3 first downs on that drive. And it was their first downs. So Everett will kick it off. At the 12-yard line. It's a lateral, and it's going to be a touchdown. I'm not sure what Glasgow was doing. They threw it behind them. I'm not sure what Glasgow was trying to do. They almost picked it off in the air and could have run it in. They got a piece of it, deflected it, they picked it up and ran it in. Angel Diaz was the run that stepped in and almost picked that off. They go for 2, and they come up short. And in a matter of seconds, Everett's kicking off again. They had the ball. They ran it almost to the 20-yard line. For some reason, they were throwing it behind them, back around the 15-yard line, almost the 10-yard line. And they had to throw it clear across field. And throwing it clear across field, Everett easily stepped in front of it. They didn't pick it off, but they knocked it down. And since it was a lateral, it's a live ball. And Diaz said, "Thank you very much," and runs it in. And in a matter of seconds, it's 12-0 Everett. And they'll kick it off again. At the 15-yard line, looking for a spot. He's got a spot. Nasky with a great return. "42 yards on the return." Outstanding effort by Nasky. Coming to the near side. And getting pushed inside the 40 to the 39. A pickup by 4. Terrell Hoon. Second and 6. Just past the halfway mark of this second period. Hoon again off the right side. Gets a couple to the 37. They put it at the 38. They only gave him a yard.
from the 38-yard line.
I would bet they're in 4-down territory here. They're at the 38-yard line. Coming to the near side, they're trying to cut up to the middle. One official's got it at the 36, one's got it at the 37. They put it at the 36. So 4th and a couple. Everybody in tight. They run it to the near side. Turn the corner, getting near the 30, picking up a first down. He's the workhorse.
Number 22, Tyron Ward, a first down to run for the Rams.
They put it at the 29, it looks like.
It'll be first and 10 for Lynn in Everett territory.
He got 7.
9-yard line.
Here they come again to the near side. Now trying to cut it back to the far side. He's in trouble. Looked like he was going to lose some. He winds up, I think, gaining about a yard.
Tyron Ward on the run for the Rams. It'll be a pickup of 1 and set the clock up to the 2nd and 9 in Everett territory from the 28-yard line.
At the 28, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Rams. Again, trying to come to the near side. Stacked up.
Number 22, Tyron Ward on the run for the Rams.
They put it at 25. He picked up 3.
In Everett territory from the 25-yard line.
So 3rd down and 6. Again, everybody in tight. They keep running straight ahead. Down to the 21. That was Fessler with the run. And a big 4th down play again for Classical. 4th and a couple. They had it 2nd and goal at the 1. And they wound up turning it over at the 4 on the first possession of the game. Now they have another big play coming up. 4th and a couple. Flag on the play. Let's shoot the flag. I think Classical was trying to draw Everett offside. It was the official deep in the backfield. He threw the yellow flag, but they're not calling a penalty. I don't know what Classical called a timeout before they moved, but it's going to be a timeout charge to the Rams. But he threw the yellow flag, and all of a sudden it's not a penalty. So it'll still be 4th and 2 from the 21. It was the official downfield that threw that yellow flag. It looked like Classical was going to a long count to try and get Everett to jump to give him a first down. So the huge play coming up. 1:23 left in this first half. Everett, they had a 73-yard drive on their second possession to score, and then they were gifted with 6 on a lateral that went awry that was run in for a touchdown. Vessel looking to throw. He had Naskey, outstanding defense. Naskey had the ball, and the defense for Everett just knocked it away. Good defense there. Naskey had it, was going to go to get a touchdown. And just as he caught it, the defensive player, I apologize, I didn't get his number, reached in and knocked it away. So from the 21, first and 10 for Everett. Motion. They give it to the motion man. And he gets across the 25. That was Williams. They give him the 25. We're under a minute left. Everett gets the ball to start the second half, so momentum going to the Crimson Tide. And we got a flag because that's going to be motion against Everett. So that'll push it back to the 20. It'll be second down and 11. And if they don't throw the ball here, this could be the last play of the half. Ellaby with the keeper. Still on his feet. Out near midfield. Everett's going to call it timeout. They put it at midfield. He picked up 30. Timeout. If the clock is accurate, 15.8 seconds left in this first half. We mentioned Everett ranked number 12, Classical 15. That would put them in the tournament. Everett was undefeated last year and was ranked number 9, didn't get a home game. And if they're number 12, they may not get a home game this year either. So let's see if they put it up. They've got double wideouts to either side. Looking to throw. Steps back, lets it fly. Caught along the sideline, out of play. That was Williams, I think. Actually, it was Perfetti. They got to the 39. They picked up 11 and another first down. That took 6 seconds. And actually, we took another second there and never play wide open downfield. The last thing Glasgow wants to do is give up a long play here. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Everett has the momentum anyway. They're leading 12-0, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And now they take another timeout. Everett has been one of the top programs in the state since 2001. They're 211-26. I did their games for 25 years, and it was really a privilege. It was a great ride. In the 25 years I did their games, they went to 15 Super Bowls, and they won 10 of them. So certainly one of the premier teams and programs in the state. And Glasgow's competing with them. They double the wideouts to either side. Ellaby dropping back, in trouble. We got a flag on the play. He got dumped back at the 49. That's going to end the half. I think it's going to be holding against Everett. He lost 10 yards. The clock still says 1.4 seconds. And they're saying that's the end of the half. So the penalty was against Everett. Glasgow refuses. They take the sack. They lose 10 on the play. But that big difference, Glasgow had 2 big opportunities. They had second and goal at the 1. They wound up fumbling it and turning it over at the 4 on their first possession. They had it 4th and 2 at the 21. They turned it over, and they gave a gift touchdown when they tried to throw a lateral clear across field. It got tipped, and it was Angel Diaz running it in from about the 8-yard line. And that gave Everett their second touchdown in a matter of seconds. So at halftime, it's Everett 12, Lynn Classical nothing.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I know. I think they're gone for now, John.
still up now? We're up. Another good job done by the Lynn Marching Band as we're here at halftime. And while we're at halftime, prior to the game, it was senior night here at Manning Field. And they honored all the seniors, and we're going to give you the names of the seniors, the football players: Ashton DeLeese, Jeremy Gonzalez, Peter Jean, Walter Benitez, Joel Sosa, Dante Rucker, Jordan Delgado, Matt Carrillo, Nick Costa. Those are the senior football players. For the cheerleaders, Amaya Sanabia, Ava Anderson, Maddie Meager, Gianna Zamoto, Catherine Orellana, Nahia Cunningham, Norma Mijacanos, Sydney Pastorello, and Talia Burton. So congratulations to those seniors. We wish them the best as they wind up their careers here at Classical. Football and cheerleading, they were outstanding during their 4 years at Classical. We wish them the best, and we say good luck to them in the future. And thank you for being a big part of the Classical athletic program the 4 years you were here. So we got just over 5 minutes remaining here at halftime. 12-0 Everett over Classical. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half. Everett leading at 12-0. What a change it could be. Classical's going to be talking to themselves. They had second and goal at the 1 yard line, and they turned the ball over on a direct snap. Didn't know the ball was coming. They fumbled it. Everett took over. Everett drove for a touchdown. And when they kicked off, Classical got it, and they tried to throw a ball, a lateral, clear across field. They threw it. There was an Everett player there, almost picked it off. He tipped it. Classical trying an onside kick. It goes out at the 46-yard line. The ball went out. So Classical picks up an additional penalty, and Everett will get it. So they get it at the Classical 49. But then Nasky ran a kickoff back at good position. They had 4th and 2 at the 21. They threw a touchdown pass to Nasky. And there was a great defensive play by Ward of Everett that took it away. And now the late pitch, Everett gets around the corner and gets bumped out of bounds. Great job by Ellaby. I was saying Profetti, it's profit. Getting it down to the 27. $22 yards and a first down. Ellaby with the keep. Gets to the 24. He had 54 yards in the first half. Hune had 47 for Classical. So 2nd and 7 for the Crimson Tide. 2 wideouts to the near side. Everybody else is in tight. The quick out. Caught. Zamora with the catch. Down to the 21. They picked up 3. 3rd and 4. Wideouts right and left. Ellaby with the keep, staying on his feet, bouncing over people, running over people. Boy, he's huge body for a quarterback. Down to the 6.
We have first and goal at Rams territory at the 6-yard line.
First and goal, looking to add to a 12-0 lead. Opening drive of the second half. Classical trying an onside kick. It went out of bounds. They got a 5-yard penalty. Everett got it at Classical 46. Now 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ellaby running straight ahead. Second, third effort got him in for a touchdown. They didn't blow the whistle. He just kept those legs going. "46 yards in 5 plays." The snap was high. They run a play. They're not going to get there. They faked it. They put a wideout in motion. They faked the kick. They pitched it to the motion man, and the rush is no good. Everett goes over 100 yards rushing. He'll kick it off to Glasgow. We mentioned this is for the Greater Boston League Championship, and right now, Everett in the driver's seat. Early in the second half, leading at 18-0. And he'll kick it off again. At the 9-yard line. And just across the 15 or about the 17-yard line. Rucker with the return. Klaus has got a long way to go. They put it at the 17-yard line.
After the return, the Rams will be set up first and 10 in their own territory from the 17-yard line.
First and 10 for the Rams from the 17. Everybody in tight. Trying to come to the near side, got wrapped up and knocked down. Hoon. Nothing on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. As Fessler comes to the sideline to get a play from Coach Vaughn. Good crowd here. Everett brought some people on the other side on a cold night here at Manning Field. Motion, they pitch it. And they're going to get across the 20 to about the 21. Hoon again, he's the workhorse. Discussion with the officials. I'm not sure what the discussion is about. It's a long discussion with the officials, but they didn't do anything. So 3rd and 6, a big play for the Rams here. They don't want to give it right back, especially in good field position. 2 wideouts to the far side. The quick out, caught. Nasky's not going to, came close, but he's not going to get there. He got it to the 24 for a pickup of 3. And now Klasko will have to kick it away. Kick is going to go out of bounds in Everett territory. Klasko with 99 yards of offense, 53 rushing, 46 passing. Everett will start at their own 45. And they're going to get hit. Prophet loses a yard. Second and 11 for the Crimson Tide as they send 2 wideouts to the near side. Eberle with the keep. He's going to get wrapped up. He pitched it at the last minute. And they're going to get wrapped up. Now he slips a tackle. They didn't blow the whistle. And they almost took it for a touchdown. They just got an ankle. It's coming back, I think. They should have blown the whistle when Eberle was wrapped up. It's a big one. It's 15 yards. All the way back to the 26. It actually turns into an 18-yard penalty. They have the ball at the 44. And they march the penalty off from the point of foul. So the ball's back at the 26-yard line. They need 19 yards to get to the original line of scrimmage. He threw it too far out in front. They were cutting to the middle from the wide side, wide out. So the scoreboard says 3rd and 20. They need 19 yards to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Just over 5 minutes left in this third period. Ellaby rolling, looking. Lets it fly long and deep. Picked off by Klasko. Fessler picked it off. Good job by Fessler. This one high in the air, right in front of the would-be receiver, Ward. And Klasko will have it at their own 43-yard line.
After the pick by Fessler, the Klasko take over the first and 10 in their own territory at the 43-yard line.
3 ticks under 5 minutes left in this third period. One wide out to the far side, everybody else in tight. Motion to the far side. They run it to the near side. They give him 3. Kessler over to Brian Vaughn, the coach, getting the play, bring it back to the huddle again. Wideouts right and left for Glasgow. Hune, they rode the back of Hune for a few extra yards. He picked up 5. I would bet this is 4 down territory. It's 3rd down and 2. As we're getting late in the game. That's going to be awful close. He needed 2, he got 3. Haskell going very quickly, everybody in tight. Fessler looking to throw, lets it fly. Picked off by Everett. And they'll be downed inside the 15. Prophet with another play. He got wrapped up and thrown down. They put the ball down at the 15-yard line. Oscar went over 100 yards of offense on those 3 plays. The quick out caught, turning the corner down the sideline, staying in bounds. Zamora. Out to the 39. He did a tightrope job along the sideline, stayed in bounds 24 yards later, Everett's got a first down. Two wideouts to the far side. They run it to the near side, and he's dragging people with him. Lackland with the carry.
That's the run. That will be set the 2nd and 2 ball in place in their own territory from the 47-yard line.
They picked up 8. 2nd and 2 for the Crimson Tide. Leading at 18-0 in this battle for the Greater Boston League Championship. One wide out to the far side. They run it to the near side again. They wrap them up.
Number 10, Daniel Lackland on the run for the Crimson Tide.
That's Hume doing it on defense. They put it at the 48. A gain of a yard. Off the right side, Ellaby wide open, just running over people, running it right to the end zone. 52 yards. Puts him over 100 yards. Puts him at 130 to be exact. Picks up his second touchdown. Is it coming back?
The penalty is on the Crimson Tide, and that touchdown run will be
So
back as a result.
give him to the 32.
After the penalty
For
is
15.
for the Crimson Tide in Rams territory from the 42-yard line.
And then push it back to the 42. So he gets credit for 15 yards.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So we'll end the third period. So the quarterback for Everett is 1 yard away from 100 yards. Everett's gone over 200 yards. And they're at their 42-yard line with a 1st and 10. trying to bounce it to the outside, slips a tackle. Looked like he was going to get nothing, and he winds up getting a yard or two. Second and third effort. Got him to the 39. So he picked up 3. Final 12 minutes. Everett in command, 18-0. This is the third meeting between these two. Last year, Everett beat Glasgow 44-0 at Everett. And as part of the delayed season, Tide beat them 42-14. So Glasgow making them work tonight, but Glasgow made a few mistakes that cost them dearly. Ellaby with the carry, that puts him over 100 yards. He got to the 33, picked up 6. Second week in a row, he's run over 100 yards. And he keeps it again. And he just runs right over people. He's so big. At the 19-yard line, he picked up 14 more. Everett looking to add to that 3-touchdown lead. Taking a lot of time. Quick out, caught, and they're going to lose yardage. They lost 3. Well, second and 13. Two wide outs to the near side. Ellaby with the keep, just stepping over around people. Gets to about the 17. He picks up 5 yards just by falling down. Under 8 minutes when they snap the ball. Third and 8. Again, two wideouts to the near side. Looking. Picked off at the 5-yard line. Fessler with his second pick. Stepped right in front, picked it. Got Glasgow decent field position out to their 35. So at the 35, Classical will put it in play. Everybody in tight. Coming to the near side, getting whacked out of bounds. Just a direct snap to Hoon. A pickup of 3. Second and 7. Can't get to the near side. They're going to be overrun. They lost 2. From the 36. It'll be 3rd and 9. Trying to run to the right side. Let's see what the flag is about. They get out to the 38. Referees are discussing it now. Everett had too many players. Illegal participation. They move it out to the 41. They lost the football. They were trying to hand it off, and it wound up. Back at the 37. They lost 4. And it looked like they might not kick it away. Now they are going to kick it away. Everett will take a timeout. Just past the halfway mark. So both teams had a streak coming in. Classical had won 4 in a row. They lost their second game to Peabody. Everett had won 6 in a row, losing their first game to Xaverian. And Everett well on their way to make it 7 in a row. And end the season at 7-1. Classical will go to 5-2. And that's not bad when you consider they lost their starting quarterback, their backup quarterback, had a couple other kids that were injured. Classical's going to go. They let it fly. Picked off at the 37-yard line. That's Profit again. They threw it up. Profit picked it off. They got nothing to lose. They're down 18-0 with 5:31 left. Everett will have it at the classical 37. So we went from his 37 to the classical 37. 36 yards on the return. Two wideouts, one to either side. Lackland with the carry. Down to the 31. Under 5 and counting. Everett keeps everybody in tight. And student body right, everybody to the right side. He gets loose down the sideline, he's going to walk in. Lackland takes it in. So Lackland goes 37 yards in 2 plays. So they take advantage of Prophet's 37-yard interception return. And then it's Lackland, 2 carries, 1 for 6, 1 for 31. He picks up 37 yards. And they make it 24-0, and they'll go for 2. They pitch it, not going to get there. So if there's one negative for Everett, it's the extra points.
Penalty is on Everett. Holding that decline. 2-point conversion is no good.
.224 yards rushing for Everett. Closing in on 300 yards of offense. 281. And once again, Everett will kick off to classical. 4:33 left. So the only thing left is finding out where everybody's going to play and who they're going to play and when they're going to play. This being the end of October, a week from tonight, it'll be that weekend, Friday, Saturday, will be the tournament games, the playoff games, leading to Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving will be the Super Bowls. Haskell picked it up. Did they fumble it? The ball will be at the 11-yard line. I don't know if Classical, they were reaching for it. They almost could have let it go out of play. I think Everett recovered it.
There's a fumble on the play on the kick return. Is recovered by the Crimson Tide. They will take over the 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11. The ball looked like it might be going to go out of play, And then he reached down to get it, and as he was reaching for it, he got hit, and Everett recovered it. So they'll have it 1st and 10. At the 11. Coming to the near side, tripped up. I think that was Fessler who just got a piece of the ankle.
With 10, Damian Lackland on a run for the Crimson Tide.
Got it inside the 5. They put it at the 4. Second and 4 for another 6. And they run it in.
With 10, Damian Lackland runs it in for a Crimson Tide touchdown.
And that'll push the clock to running. Almost 300 yards. 292. And the extra point was no good again. And the clock will just now run out. When you look back and think of what might have been for Classical tonight, Adam Santos is the kicker. And so all the years they did, they always had a kicker. Classical's going to get nice little shift, nice little, good job running the ball back. We got a little extracurricular activity, flags flying all over the place. So a little frustration setting in. As the clock will virtually run out. There's flags all over the place. Classical just goes over 100 yards, 107. Everett goes for 292. They're putting the ball. Now they're talking of Classical coaches. They look like we're putting the ball at the 25. And the clock is going to run out. And that's the end of the game. So Everett will make it 6 in a row. Classical's winning streak goes by the boards. Classical will go to 5-2. Everett will go to 6-1. And what could have happened? The opening drive. Classical took the opening drive from their 18-yard line. Nine plays. They had it. Second and goal at the 1. They got stopped. And the next play, they weren't ready for the snap. They fumbled it back at the 4. Everett took over and kind of squashed Classical right there. Everett started on their second possession, spilled over into the second period. 73 yards in 10 plays. And it was Lackland going in from the 1. The kick was no good. It was 6-0. And then that bizarre play, Everett kicked off. Classical ran it to the near side, stopped, threw it about 15 yards behind them, back near the 10-yard line. It got tipped by Angel Diaz. He picked it up at the 5 and ran it in for a touchdown, and it was 12-0, and that's where it was at halftime. Everett came out and dominated the second half. They took the opening kick of the second half. Classical tried an onside kick. It went out of play. A 5-yard penalty gave Everett the ball at the Classical 46. It took them 5 plays. Profit picked up 22. And then the quarterback, Ellaby, ran the last 21, the last one for 6 for a touchdown. And it was 18-0 when the extra rush for no good. An interception gave Everett the ball at the 15-yard line. They went 85 yards in 9 plays again. Eberly went in from the 5. Excuse me, they turned it over. An interception by Profit put the ball at the Classical 37 on a 36-yard return. 2 runs by Lackland, Damian Lackland. The last one for 31 made it 24-0. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Classical turned it over at the 11. Lackland carried twice for 11 yards to make it 30-0, and that was the final score. Ellaby, the quarterback, winds up with 124 yards rushing. Lackland at the end wound up with 49. Hoon ran for 63 for Classical, but Everett held the ball most of the time. Classical didn't run a lot of plays in the second half. There were 3 and out. 3 out with an interception. And then after Fessler picked his second, he played very well offensively and defensively. He picked his second pick. They got the ball back, but they turned it over again. On an interception, it turned into a touchdown. So turnovers, the story. Wacky lateral that turned into a touchdown. An interception that turned into a touchdown. A fumble recovery that turned into a touchdown. Classical was still in at 12-0. He threw a pass down the sideline. Neske was wide open, and just as he caught it, looked like a touchdown. Jacoby Ward just reached in, got a hand on it, and knocked away. It was 4th down and 2. They wound up turning the ball over, and that was as close as they came. They never got any closer than that, as Everett dominated the second half and dominated the game, 30-0. Everett will go 6-1. Classical will go to 5-2, and both now will wait to see where they get ranked who and when they'll play, whether they'll get a home game or where they'll be playing, who the opponent will be, and that'll come out probably the middle of next week because it'll start a week from tonight, Friday. So 30-0, Crimson Tide comes in here and knocks off Classical, shuts them out, and they go 6-1. Classical goes to 5-2 as Crimson Tide wins it 30-0 over the Rams. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.